jaw drop. It didn't start on YouTube. Okay, now we're good. Thank you, Kimber. The poor YouTube people. I'm like advertising that I'm streaming on YouTube and there's just nothing there. Well, to the YouTube people, you just missed some killer new Bardcore music and the starting soon screen, which you usually don't get to hear, but you should get to hear now, because the old Bardcore music was starting to get copyright struck, but this one I believe we should be okay. It's by... Wait, do I have the link still copied? I do. It's by this person. They make very, very good Bardcore. I love anybody who makes Bardcore, especially if they make Bardcore of, like, new songs as they come out. So the playlist now has Sabrina Carpenter's Bedchem, Chapel Roan Hot to Go, Chapel Roan The Giver, Joe End of Beginning, Cat's Eye Touch, and Beanie Cherry on top. But all, or Binny, I don't know how you pronounce it. All in Bardcore, which I think is beautiful. I think Bardcore covers of songs are so stinking funny, you guys. I have an entire Bardcore playlist of Bardcore songs that are on Spotify. I should play that today. That should be today's music. Where's my Bardcore? No, my Bardcore. There we go. Not Bardcore WAP. Not the first song being Bardcore WAP. Your first didn't work. Wait. Let me re-redeem that for you. Because I carry you. I carry you and I want your first to go off. Here, I'll fix it for you. I'll make sure it says your name. Winner! Ganyo! For you! Congratulations, Kimber, you're the first. You always are the first, but I love that you are. I deeply appreciate that you are always the first. For you! Just for you, for nobody else! What was I saying? Was I talking about Bardcore? I was probably talking about Bardcore. Anyways, topic change. We're working on fun stuff today, but first, we have to hold a funeral. We have to hold a funeral. The Bardcore WAP is a little bit of the wrong music for the funeral, but trust me, we are holding like a somber funeral today, okay? Somber. Because I have updated the retirement home with our first batch of retirement home patterns. These are patterns that are in the home now. They're just in the home. Essentially, I've decided I'm going to start retiring some of my older patterns, some of my worst selling patterns, some of my patterns that are, for lack of a better word, kind of ugly. Like, to be frank, they're kind of ugly. Patterns that I made when I first started doing this, patterns that haven't really been updated that much, patterns that don't really sell, so that I can make room for new ones, essentially. I'm only one person. I currently have about 50 patterns, if I am remembering that correctly. I mean, check the exact number, actually. I want to know. I have 51 patterns. I am just over 50 patterns right now. And I can't keep track of them all. Despite my best efforts, I can't keep track of them all, and I can't keep updating them all. Because every time I have to do like a whole shop update to like bring them up to modern standards, I'm realizing there are some patterns that just like aren't worth my time to update, to be frank. Some of these I don't want to update, some of these they like don't really sell, so why would I spend like hours into updating them when it's for nothing, essentially? So we're retiring some patterns. It's just me. I'm retiring some patterns. And they're now available. If you click on my site and you go into retired patterns, they're in their whole own section. Currently, 8 of them are retired, but more are coming. We've got Keyleth, we've got Steed, we've got Mel, we've got Link, Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Peacemaker, and Kate Bishop again. Um, a lot of people who know me for my patterns don't know me for these ones. So you might see these and you might be like, wow, you made those? Yeah, I did. But you just proved my point on why they're retired. They're just old. A lot of these I'm not really that proud of anymore. I don't really plan on updating them, frankly. Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I love my job, I love the patterns I make, but, you know, I have patterns that I want to focus on. So, like, for example, I now have a recently updated category, which are all of the patterns that were updated this year. So, Miku, Jace, Squirrel Girl, Jace again, Jinx, Bolin, and Jace again. Jace 3 times, because he has a jacket, a vest, and a bundle. But I kind of want to start going through some of my patterns, and just slowly updating them. Some of them are not going to get updated, because if they got updated, they would need, like, an entire redraft. And I don't have the energy to do that, because I need to focus on making new patterns this year, because I'm behind on the patterns I want to make this year. It's been a crazy start to my year, to be fair. I've been busier than I've ever been in terms of, like, events and commissions and stuff. So I haven't really had time to make too many new patterns. I say, like, I haven't released, like, 2 or 3 patterns this year. How many was it? Like 8? Yeah, I've released 7 patterns this year, and I'm sitting here like, ugh, I haven't released enough patterns this year. I've released 8. We're 5 months into the year. That's more than 1 pattern a month. But some of these I do want to go through and update, especially because they used my, like, old formatting. So I want to go through and I want to update some things. Like, for example, this is what my pattern books used to look like. They had, like, this... They had this little branding with, like, the little, computer windows. They look like this. I have kind of shifted away from these just for the sake of readability and stuff, and I've shifted to a new design which looks like this, which is a lot more simple and I can fit, you can see, a lot more information on a page than I could before. So yesterday I actually went through and Miku, I think I released in 2024, if not early 2025. I don't exactly remember when. And she's my best-selling pattern of the year. Other than Jace, she's my best-selling pattern of the year. And if people are buying this pattern, I don't want them to see, like, my old nasty branding. I want them to see, like, the best that I can do right now. I want them to see the best that I can create. And right now, this is the best I can create. So I went through and I've updated Miku because I think I literally think she missed, like, the updated branding and the new, like, way that I make patterns by, like, a month. Because I think she was the first one that I used the new grading on, but not the new, like, formatting. So I went through and I updated Miku yesterday. You can see that she's got, like, a different look to her pattern book than, say, Jinx does. Jinx looks like this. I'm going to be updating this one today. This is what I'm starting with, because this one's super easy. But yeah, I figured my patterns needed, like, a little refresh. They needed a little update. They needed a little, zhuzhing, we could say. They need a little zhuzh. The people yearn for an update. So I figured I'd do that today. And I figured that would be something kind of fun to work on. Well, I don't really want to start on new patterns because it feels kind of silly to focus on new patterns for the shop when there are a couple of older patterns that I want to update. I have 2 I want to get done today, and if I get those 2 done today, I will do some patterning commissioning. Some commission patterning. If not, we'll just be updating patterns today, and we'll sit here, and we'll yap, and we'll chat, and we'll hang out, and we'll wave our hands around. All that to say, I want to see my daily haunting today, please. Game Boy, can I get my daily haunting? What do I get? What do I get? Sam! I love that I have like 13 or 14 daily haunting images and then it'll only show like the same 4. Remember what you got. Eric! Oh, little Bing! The problem is, I don't take any like haunted photos of Eric these days. I mostly take cute photos of him, unfortunately. And I'm like, man, I wanna take more haunted photos of him. So this is a prime example of why I'm updating my patterns. This is what the old, like, first page of my patterns looked like. Like, all the information that you need is kind of there, but it's, like, a little ugly. To be quite frank with you, it is kind of ugly. Whereas comparative, this is what the new first page of my patterns look like. So I have one page where it has the pattern key, the second page where it has the print layout, which is this. It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot prettier. It looks so much better in my opinion, and frankly, I want to give people good patterns. I want to give people patterns that I'm proud of. I always feel bad when I have to like put a disclaimer on an older pattern being like, this pattern's kind of ugly, fair warning. Like, it makes me feel bad. I don't want to have to say to people, oh, this pattern's kind of bad. I want people to be able to like buy my patterns and be like, oh, this is good. I like this. I like using this. I like making things with this. I want to be that. So I'm okay with putting in a little bit of extra effort and a little bit of extra time.
I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Jelline, I don't know how to tell you that we're doing patterning today. I don't want your damn lemons. No, you're getting my lemons and you're going to like it. All this to say, I want to make patterns that I'm proud of. I want to make patterns that people are like excited to use and that people buy and they think it's worth their money. And that's always been my philosophy. And it's just that patterns that I released a couple years ago, that was the best I could do at the time. And looking back at them now, I just know I could do better. That doesn't mean they're bad, it just means I can do better. So I'm happy to do better now. Because I did this back in late 2022, before I moved out of my parents' house. I did like a whole big ass update of all my patterns to bring them to like modern, at the time, modern standards. Because they were worse before. And now I'm just doing it again. It just happens. It's nice that you want to update them because you really don't have to, but taking the extra steps shows like the passion for it. Exactly. I could keep giving people like mediocre. I don't even want to call them mediocre. That's not the right word for it. But like work that I wouldn't put out some of my patterns, I wouldn't put them out the way they look today. Like, they're usable as they are, but if I was making that pattern again today, you wouldn't see it looking like that. Like, prime example is when where is she? When I completely redrafted Jinx. Like, this old Jinx pattern, she was great. She's helped literally hundreds of Jinx cosplayers. Like, she's awesome. But the newer one's just better. Like, it's just better. And I want to be able to give people things that are, like, good. Oh my god, I'm just Ken. I just tuned into what the Bardcore is right now. I'm just Ken. And I'm great at doing stuff. Thank you. I love you, Bardcore. I am gonna miss Bardcore I'm Just Ken being in the intro, though. I do love jamming out to the Bardcore before a stream. It always like gets me in the streaming mood, is like listening to the Bardcore. So I am going to admittedly miss that a little bit with the new Bardcore. I'm gonna miss some of the songs, but we will persevere. We will add new songs. I can promise you that. But yeah, I just figure make things nicer, make things that I'm proud of, and continue being that resource for people. Because I like making patterns, I want to keep making patterns, I want to keep making good patterns. So, we rework, we constantly improve, we constantly persevere. And I'm very grateful that I have like a community of people who like support my patterns and stuff, who like allow me the space to grow and like are excited when I update patterns. The amount of people who have like messaged me and been like, hey, I saw you updated the Jace patterns. I'm really excited about the new patterns. Can I get them? And I'm like, they're like, I bought the old ones. Can I get the new ones? And I'm always like, yeah, absolutely you can. I am happy to give you them. Like, I'm very, very grateful. I have like a wonderful, the cosplay community is a wonderful place, but like specifically people who buy my patterns are oftentimes so nice and so sweet to me. And I'm very, very grateful that I have such like a supportive little community who have my back and like are willing to, you know, be excited with me for things. I want a Jillian vocal stem. Not after I just started yapping about patterns for like, how long have we been live? 15 minutes? I just ramble about how much I love my job for 15 minutes and Jillian's like, snore, go back to saying haunted cursed things. I'm sorry, Jillian. I'm sorry I love my job. I'm sorry I have passion for my job. Whatever, girl. You're such a hater. Save. 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 Saving. Alright, let's look at the jinx of that. Right around 5, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 pages. Okay, yay. Sometimes when I save these out of Illustrator, it'll like say it's supposed to be 17 pages and then it'll be like 1 out of 300 and I'm like, oh, okay. Alright, yay. That is the print layout for Jinx done, which means I can take the old ones and I can get rid of them. Okay, and now we move on to fixing the pattern book. Oh wait, let me, actually, you shouldn't be seeing my Canva homepage. It has things you shouldn't see on it. Wait, let me turn my screen off actually. For one moment, you don't get to see what I'm working on. Shh, 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 shh. You don't get to see. That's a secret. Hood. Jinx Shark Hood. Pattern book. Oh, no, those are pattern listings. Jinx Shark Hood pattern book. There you are. Okay. Close, close. Okay, there we go. We're back. Like, for example, this is what my pattern books look like now. I don't like those. I don't like how this looks. So I'm just gonna select all. Delete. Delete. And, like, I guess my branding wasn't, like, consistent across patterns because I've made so many patterns over so many years that, like, sometimes things aren't consistent. And that's, like, a little thing, but it bugs me. I'm such a perfectionist, and, like, I am a marketer by trade. Like, that's where I started, was I went to school for marketing. Marketing's what I do. So when, like, my branding isn't right, it, like, irks me. Specifying it is the merchandise design because somebody got mad at me that it wasn't screen accurate. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did it based off of the limited edition merch design and not how it looked in the show because I didn't have good references of how it looked in the show when I made it. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Imagine Dragons, what are you doing here? Everybody wants to be. My recommendations. I didn't have them. Faux leather. What would I recommend for the hood? What did I use for the hood? Twill? Twill, cotton, vinyl. Yeah. The fabric recommendations are always just like whatever pops into my head at the moment. Oh, ew. I look at my old branding and I just think it's so ugly, which is so funny because I thought it was the cutest thing in the world when I started. And like, elements of it are still cute. The problem is just like, I can't adjust the sizes of these boxes, so I would always have to like try and fit my text into the boxes. And I just end up with all this white space, which like is fine. But like, for example, this text is font size 13. This text is font size 10. Like, there's no consistency here because I was trying to fit everything into the boxes. Stitch and ditch. Do I have any whip stitches? Do I have any basting stitches? Top stitch. Teeth. Notches. Okay. I'm like looking at this like, Oh my god, wait, my smoothie! I forgot I had a smoothie! It's just sitting here getting, like, condensation all over my desk. I forgot I made a smoothie. Where's my... Hello? Am I losing it? Where'd my coaster go? I had a coaster. Oh, there it is. It is under a box. My coaster, she runs away from me. Okay. Now time to lock in. I do not need whip stitch. Do that. I don't want to do hood. Excuse me. Hood assembly. There we go. Oh. And another thing about updating my patterns. Let me turn my screen off. Another thing about updating my patterns, that is nice, is I can link to my new YouTube videos. Like my new YouTube video about how to install applique. I do a lot of applique installation in a lot of my patterns. And now instead of I'm like, add your details as shown, I can like actually include links to my video. Let me turn my screen back on. Restart, hood assembly, add your details to the, what are those panels called? Oh, they're just called the hood. Those to the hood as shown on the pattern. Include these pattern templates. Reference by method to create folders. Here. Yes. Oh my god, All-Star? Oh, let's go. Amen. Oh, wait. Please note. There we go. That's better. Essentially, I'm just making these prettier. I just want my pattern books to be prettier and look better. And also, it's nice to go back to patterns and make like the instruction books a little bit more like robust, I guess is the phrase for it, because of the fact that some of them were written years ago when I wasn't as good as writing instructions as I am now. Canva is a scary place to be. Kind of these are Jinx Hood. What are these files called? They are called Jinx Hood. Oh, I was smart. Sometimes I name my files horribly, and then I have to go back to find them, and it's like a nightmare. There we go. Jinx Hood. And bend both sides of the hood together. I'm gonna do that. Symbol that. Oh, and then my rolled hem diagram. Wait. I stole that from the Mika book. My Twitch warriors, if you get a weird ad, you're legally required to tell me what weird ad you get, by the way. Like, genuinely legally required. I want to know what weird ads you get. Because half the time they're ads for the military for no reason. And then sometimes they're like really weird and off-putting in other ways. Sorry, smoothie break. We're so back. Yes. Delete. Teeth assembly. I love that my job is sometimes I just get to write how to make foam teeth for a living. Oh, why are these formatting?
Howdy, and welcome to the adventuring party.
Shamelessly, Kristen, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the adventuring party and to the stream. No, 3 or 4 out of your inches. Of the foam forms. Teeth into ear. It literally is just little things to like make what I'm writing more robust. Like, I say pin and sew along 3 out of 4 of the edges, but I don't say why we're doing that. And so people are like, well, what's the point? Why can't I sew the 4th edge? Like, I should be explaining these things. So now I get to go in and I get to do that again. 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, that's... Haha, that's hood instructions. Eep. Daily Haunting! What do we got? Oh my god, me dragging Peter around. I love that picture. I love that picture. Congratulations, Gummy Buns, on your first haunted image. Hopefully you'll collect many more. I love that the haunted images have how many images people have collected, because whenever I redeem my haunted images, I look crazy because it says that I have collected 100 haunted images. My 100 horrifying haunted images. There's many images and stuff inside the fabric shell. Situated to raw edges. Shut. Top stitch or hands. You may prefer to hand sew using embroidery floss for the decorative purple top stitch for a more handmade look. I love this. I've started yapping so much that it's encroaching on the graphics. Oh wait, I don't need these ones anyways. They're for the previous page. Haha. Following the red dotted lines on the hood pattern, pin each tooth in place to secure stitch and additional top stitch on the tooth. Yes. And I explained stitch and stitch here? Yes, I do. Thank God. I'm like going through this like, do I remember what I've written? Am I smart? Do I remember what I've said? Okay. Now I need my graphics. For each of the teeth, you should have 4 colors. Yes. Why are these teeth so tiny? Bardcore pumped up kicks gave me whiplash. That's me when Bardcore WAP comes on. Bardcore WAP drives me crazy. There's a reason it was part of my Bardcore for literally like 2 years. 2 or 3 years. Because I've had Bardcore as my starting soon screen for almost the entire time I've been a streamer. Another daily haunting! Yay! What do we got? Horrifying photo of me. My favorite genre of photo of myself to take is half wiped off body paint staring into the camera with like horror. Because I look like a mess. I look like my skin is melting off. Not while I'm sipping my smoothie. Come on, man. I'm like in the middle of like a smoothie sip, and Kimber's like, I know what I'm gonna do. Tooth placement guidelines. Can I actually? Oh. Can I take this and can I? 30 and 2. And then, yeah. There we go. That gives me a little bit more of a something something. Horizontally group. Okay, cool. Ew, ew, what the hell? Canva's got nasty AI in it now? Ew, sorry, I just went to like click group. And then I went to click... Was it this? Yeah. Ew! Get that out of here. That's nasty. Ew! You're putting AI in your design platform? Ew! Anytime any sort of like tech company or like website or app or anything like adds an AI feature to their product, I think it's so cringe. I think the most cringe thing you can do is be like, here's our new AI tool. It'll definitely help you. Like, shut up. It's nasty. It's nasty. It's bad for the environment. And you should feel bad. It's not really bowdy. Ew, the literal face I make when I see that there's AI on something new. Me, every time I try and search something on Instagram and there's that fucking meta AI circle in the middle of the search bar and I keep accidentally clicking it and then meta AI is like, oh, do you want to image generate an image based on the search you're making? No, brother, I'm making a search. I just want to search. I just want to search this and see what real people have made. I do not want to generate an image of what I'm searching for. I want to see what other people have done. If I'm searching up Jinx cosplay, I don't want to see an AI generated image of somebody cosplaying Jinx. That's not cosplay. That's slop. That's slop, baby. That's nasty. I'm very passionately anti-AI. Oh, baby, that is slop. You will never see me be like, AI is so great, and if you ever see me say that, I'm being held hostage. And that's my cry for help. If we ever see you say that, you have become AI replaced by it. There is somebody who I keep seeing on my feed making like tutorial videos, and it's like genuinely extremely obvious that he's done that thing where if you like submit enough of your voice to like an AI voice replication software, it can just do voiceovers for you. So instead of doing voiceovers, this guy is just like using an AI copy of his voice to do it, and it gives me such an ick. It makes my skin crawl when I hear an AI voice, because it means that what I'm watching has no soul in it. It means that what I'm watching has no soul and like no care put into it. If you can't even sit down and like talk to a microphone, I don't trust you. I don't trust that your script isn't written by AI either, because if you're using an AI voice duplicate of yourself, who says that you're not also using an AI script? The only time I've seen this that is good is I saw a video the other day of a guy who got diagnosed with ALS this time last year, and he recorded a bunch of videos of him talking at a camera, and then used those videos to create an AI duplicate of his voice, so that as his voice deteriorated with ALS, he still had like a copy of his original voice and how he sounded. And that's like the only good use of AI I've ever seen. Oh my god, Victor Leaky Heart. Hey, how are you? Oh my god, Leaky Heart of Leaky Heart fame. That's so funny. You're on my wall. Your art's on my wall. Right next to me. That's so funny. Hey, how are you? Sorry, you've come in the middle of me on like a passionate anti-AI rant. I'm like on a passionate, angry anti-AI rant right now. I'm like anger in my soul today. I'm mad. No problem, I love the anti-AI rant. See? I've had to start searching for everything with an automatic minus AI at the end. Smart. Seriously, the Google AI. The Google AI summaries. I hate them. I hate them. You're a search engine. I'm searching for things that are already on the internet, not a newly generated, probably wrong thing that I've seen. The only time I find the Google AI summaries like kind of funny is, have you seen the ones where people will search like, I am a baby armadillo, what do I do? And the Google automatic AI summary will like write to you as if you are like genuinely like a baby armadillo. I don't know why it does that, but that's the only time I've found it like funny, but even then, that's not helpful. That's not helpful, that's not worth the destruction of the environment. I don't think AI being kind of funny sometimes is worth the like sheer amount of harm it's doing to like us as a society and the internet and the world. I'm so glad I got out of college before the rise of ChatGPT. Oh my god. If I already had to work with like nightmare people in group projects while I was in college. Could you imagine working with like nightmare people in group projects and then you find out they're using ChatGPT to write their report? It'd be over for me. I'd be dropping out. I already had to survive COVID college. I could not survive COVID ChatGPT college. That's not helpful. I'm a baby armadillo. What am I supposed to do with this? How am I even typing? I'm literally a baby armadillo. Oh my god, no scrubs. Repeat a similar process with all three of the back detail panels, folding in the seam. Oh, take your left front detail panel. Fold in all seam allowances inward towards the wrong side. I'm so gladly part of the never having used ChatGPT group, even though I graduated semi-recently, like a year ago. Bravest warrior. I can't deal with it, man. I got to college literally right before ChatGPT became a big thing, and I'm so happy about that. Me too. I'm so glad. I would not be able to deal with it. It already... So, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my horn when I say this. I'm not getting work done. I'm just like shooting the shit now. I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say this, but I get a lot of like brands reaching out to me in my emails. But the thing is, I don't respond to 90% of them because they're either scams, crypto companies, or my new favorite, AI talent scouts. There will be like an AI talent scout which scours the internet for creators to email and then emails them. And they try and make it seem like an email from a real person by like picking up random details from like my Instagram bio or something. And like sprinkling it into the email to like make it seem like they like sprinkle it around to make it seem like I am like they've actually done their research and they're actually like wanting to talk to me like a human. But it's so obvious when they do, because they'll be like, "Hi, Peyton. We really admire your dedication to keeping crafting accessible for all, and we thought you'd be really interested in promoting this vacuum cleaner." And it just... Oh my god. How hard is it to be a company that pays like real people to like scout for influencers to promote your products? Like, I don't get it. I have a friend who's getting her graduate degree, so she's a TA, and she faces so many people using AI for simple discussion board posts, and it's wild. Oh my god. Listen, I hated writing discussion board posts as much as the next person. They were the bane of my college existence. I remember being in a film studies college elective. It was like the only elective I got to take in college, and it was either like that or a chemistry course, so I took film studies. It was a nightmare. And I remember we all did like the most minimum effort discussion board posts in the world. And like they sucked, but none of us really cared. I can't imagine if I had to like read and reply to somebody else's discussion board post that was just entirely written with ChatGPT. It like rots my brain. Because you can tell when something's written by ChatGPT because it has no soul to it. It has no soul. It's like empty and nasty and gross, and there's no soul and there's no heart and there's no like human to it. And now people are like, "Oh, well, you can tell when somebody uses an M dash that they're like using AI." And it's like, oh my god, the M dash came from writers first. Now writers can't even use the M dash because AI uses the M dash too much. Or you can't even draw in a certain style because AI art uses that style so much. But who do you think originated the style? The computer? No. It was a person. It was a person who originated that, and there are people who still draw like that. That does not mean that they have an AI art style. That means that AI stole their art style. AI has a them art style. Pisses me off. It makes me so mad, you guys. I can't. I'm so angry. I'm like gnashing my teeth, bashing my head against the wall, angry about AI. Sorry. Hey, yeah. Not be in the middle of yelling about how much I hate AI. And Bardcore Hey Ya's playing in the background. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. This is what stream gives to people. This is what streaming's for, man. Oh my god. I gotta do work. The wrong side before placing the over top. Guidelines. Edge. Oh, I see what I'm talking about here. I don't use these anymore. Graphic though. This is also a good graphic. I just don't have room for it. I actually hate AI. This is Connor on YouTube, in case the people who can't see this on Twitch. I actually hate AI. Everyone and their mother is like, find the balance, and like, there's no ethical use of AI. It's terrible for our environment and takes life out of art. Boo AI. Exactly. I made an entire video about how to spot like AI in cosplay, and just regular sewing patterns, because Etsy is chocked full of AI garbage. It's a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare, and I hate it with like a burning, flaming passion in my heart. But I would get comments on that video being like, well, what's so bad about it? What's so bad about it? I'm like, you're getting a pattern that like your pattern maker doesn't even care enough to provide a good product to like make a digital render or something. Like, I don't have the time nor the money nor the resources to sew really nice looking finished garments for every single one of my patterns. I am one person. I am not made of money. So I make like digital renders of the exact pattern in the program that I make the patterns. But like, I'm not gonna take this picture and then put it into ChatGPT and say, put this on a body, because that's not an accurate representation of what I'm making. It's gonna look different because it's not made with actual fabric, it's made with computer slop. It's made with computer slop. I've fallen for Etsy AI patterns. They're horrible and don't actually piece together properly. Exactly. Like, AI can't, at this point, AI can't make a pattern. AI can't piece together a sewing pattern. But you can use AI to generate your listing images, and you can use AI to generate your pattern instructions. You literally, some of these AI patterns are people going into ChatGPT and going, write me sewing instructions for a princess seam bodice. And ChatGPT's doing it, and they're copying that and they're pasting that into a pattern book and they're sending that out to you. If you're lucky enough to even get a pattern book, some of these patterns don't even have those. They just have like an ill-fitting pattern that they stole from somewhere else and a couple of AI generated images. And that's it. And you're not getting something good. You're not getting something that's like been made by a human who like cares about what they're doing. And like, I feel bad for everybody who falls for AI slop, because it can be really hard to tell when something's AI slop. And you go on Etsy because you're like, oh, it's Etsy. It's the handmade marketplace. Like, you'd think that you'd be getting something handmade, right? No, apparently not, because Etsy's full of AI slop garbage. It's chocked full of AI slop, nasty, ugly garbage. And it drives me crazy. I literally... All Cosplay Patterning patterns and blueprints are solo made by Cosplay Patterning without the use of any artificial intelligence or automation. This includes drafting, grading, digitizing, pattern book writing, and more. Cosplay Patterning is proudly human and artisan run and always will be. I have put this on every single one of my pattern listings because I want to make it as clear as possible to people that not only are they not getting something with AI, but they're getting something by somebody who is actively anti-AI. I don't want there to be any sort of like... I don't want people to look at this and be like, oh, is that an AI generated image? No. No. God, no. I respect you as a human being. I respect you as a human being to sell you like an actual product. I'm not going to sell you slop. If I ever start selling people slop, I've been replaced by AI or a clone, and you need to kill me. That's a promise. Should be a nano. Just Not Pink Pony Inn. I saw a drag artist do a performance to this bardcore version of Pink Pony Club, and it's so good. And that's why you're my go-to artist for all patterns. Thank you, Kami. I'm very, very glad. I want people to be able to, like, you know, see my stuff and know that they're getting a quality product. Which is why I'm going back and I'm updating patterns today, and I'm retiring patterns that I don't think are worth the time. Like, love all these patterns, they just don't live up to my current standards. And even then, when they don't live up to my current standards and they're getting retired, they're still better than AI slop. They're still better than that garbage. Etsy's horrible for AI, both on the seller listing side and the company's algorithm side. Their AI took down all of my Jinx pistol prop kits because it recognized them as a real weapon. And when I contacted Etsy about it, they threatened me with a suspension or store removal if I listed them again. Oh my god! I have had problems with that on Etsy, like, before AI got really bad. I had problems with that on Etsy where, like, I have to specifically specify that the things I sell are props. But even then, a couple of, like, my more, like, weapony looking 3D models, like, I specifically think about my, Arkham Knight Harley Quinn gun 3D files. I don't even think I sell them on Etsy anymore because I don't want to risk it. I already get hit with copyright strikes on Etsy every once in a while. There's a reason I don't sell any, like, DC Comics patterns anymore. Like, I had the Batman Riddler mask pattern, and I had the Batman Catwoman pattern. Both of them lasted 24 hours on Etsy before getting taken down. And that just killed my sales for them, so I like, stopped selling them. This guy, Etsy, bothering you? Yes. Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I could go on a rant about Etsy from a seller's side that doesn't even have to do with AI. Don't start. Back in 2022, when I first started doing this full-time, Etsy announced that they were almost doubling the fees for their sellers. Like, they used to be 5% fees, and now if you sell on Etsy, you know they're like 20%. They take like 20% fees or something, like, ridiculous these days. Because they take like 4 or 5 different fees from you with everything you sell. And back when it was like 6%, it was still a lot, and then they were going from like 6% up to 12 or something. So a bunch of us Etsy sellers, like, banded together. We'd be like, no, we're, like, striking. We're going to, turn our shops onto vacation mode and strike. And it didn't do anything, but we got, like, a decent amount of media coverage for it, which was really nice. I had CBC, like the Canadian Broadcasting Company, reach out to me, and I remember they wanted to interview me about that because I was one of the people who was, like, loud and vocal about the fact that I was going on strike, for the Etsy thing. And I remember they, like, called me because they wanted to do, like, the interview over the phone, and they were gonna call me at a certain time, but my friends were visiting, and, like, I was technically on vacation during the Etsy strike. I, like, used it. It ended up being the perfect time where it was around my birthday and when my friends were coming to town, so I, like, used it as a vacation. And, like, they call me, and I'm in the middle of a thrift store, and I have, like, a vivid memory of sitting on a bench in the middle of a thrift store, like, answering these questions for this, like, reporter. And it lives forever in my heart. It's, like, a cherished memory of mine. I thought it was so funny. They really are, LOL, and depending on how the Canada Post situation goes, I may be closing my Etsy and just operating solely on my website, because last time they went on strike, Etsy wouldn't pay me my money because I couldn't ship out orders when they wanted me to. Yeah. Etsy was ridiculous about the Canada Post thing, because when Canada Post went on strike back in November, December, they were on strike for about a month. Etsy originally was like, we're going to support our sellers. And so what they did was they, like, reduced the penalizing for shipping out orders late, but they didn't remove it. So if you shipped out orders late, you were still getting penalized for it. Because Etsy has this wonderful thing called Star Seller, which is supposed to be a way to celebrate sellers who are good at what they do, but what it actually does is it unfairly punishes sellers for not operating like Amazon. And then, in the middle of the Canada Post strike, Etsy goes, oh, we're gonna make it so you can't buy Canada Post shipping labels anymore. So you can't even essentially buy labels and mark your packages as shipped, and hold them until the strike ends. We're not going to let you do that at all. Because what I was doing was I was packing up orders and like buying Canada Post labels for them, and then I was just holding them in my workshop until Canada Post came back from strike and I could ship them. That way people knew their orders were fulfilled and they were somewhere safe until the time that I could ship them. Etsy didn't like that. Etsy wants your packages out of your house and moving as fast as Amazon does. And they were offering like no support for sellers during this time and like actively punishing sellers if they couldn't use an alternate shipping method from Canada Post. When Canada Post is the cheapest postage method in Canada, and it's not even cheap, it is cheaper to ship across the border into the US than it is to ship inside of Canada with Canada Post. Like, I think I pay like $14 if I want to ship out like a 4" by 6" bubble mailer. It costs me like anywhere from $12 to $14 to ship it within Canada. It costs me $7 to ship it in the States. Like to ship it from my house to the States. It does not matter if I'm shipping from my house to somebody across town, it's going to cost $14. Or if I'm shipping it from my house to somebody in California, it's going to cost $7. That's crazy. It is. It's so crazy. Canada Post is still the most affordable option. Like the next options, which are like Purolator and UPS, you're looking at paying double, triple, quadruple the price. I'm lucky. I don't live in a big city. I live in like a smaller town. Like there's 100,000 people in here, which compared to some of the bigger cities in Canada with like millions of people, it's pretty small. But we're like a decent sized town. I was very lucky that we were able to have an alternate shipping option called Sendle, which I use now sometimes. But like, Sendle doesn't exist in every city. Like, where Alexis lives, no Sendle. Your only options are UPS and Canada Post. Exactly. Like, and Purolator, which is one of the alternates, is owned by Canada Post. So, technically, if you were using Purolator, you were crossing the picket line. You were crossing the picket line and supporting Canada Post while the Canada Post workers were on strike. And it wasn't even a good deal. So, like, there was no way to win with the Canada Post strike, like, as a seller. And Etsy was doing nothing. Absolutely nothing to support people during this. It was ridiculous. And they're going to do it again, because Canada Post has set the strike tomorrow. And I bet you they're going to do all the same things again. You guys have got me mad today. I'm like fired up. I'm fired up about these things. I'm fired up about AI. I'm fired up about Canada Post. I'm fired up about Etsy. Jillian, what do you think about all this?
Bing chilling.
Not Bing chilling. Bing chilling. Thank you, Jillian. Like, I'm very, very grateful that I have like a secondary shop. I have my website, Cosplay.com, as opposed to my Etsy. But like a good chunk of my revenue comes from Etsy, so I can't just like shut down my Etsy shop. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. But God, do they frustrate me. God, do I get mad at them sometimes. The amount of times I've gotten things that are like completely fair use and like protected from copyright taken down because of a copyright holder threatening Etsy is crazy. Like, there's a reason why some of my patterns have copyright-free names, like my Princess Peach pattern being called Peachy Princess. It makes me feel like Party City. It makes me feel like those cheap Halloween patterns that are like Italian plumber. But that's what I have to do for Etsy to not take my stuff down sometimes. It's very funny. I have to drink my smoothie now. Ew. Chunk of seeds in my smoothie? Disgusting? Okay, we're good. We're back. We're so back. What is that? Oh my god. Sorry, I just got a Discord notification that reminded me of a thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this image on Twitch. And I don't know if I want to, frankly. But I got my second lobes on my ears pierced back in December. I went to this well-reputable piercing shop in my town. It had like 5-star reviews. Everybody said they were great. Everybody said the piercer was awesome. I went, I got my second lobes pierced. It was pretty great. Everything seemed clean. Everything seemed nice. Like, he gave me my aftercare instructions. I bought like saline from them. I go home, blah, blah, blah. Now, I need you to remember this was December. This was before Christmas. It is now May. It has been 6 months. They told me in 4 months I should be able to change my earrings. It is 6 months, and as of last Friday, my ears were swollen. My ears were bleeding. My ears were covered in crusty, nasty bits despite cleaning them 2, sometimes 3 times a day. He told me I only had to clean them. The piercer, he tells me, you should only have to clean your ears 2 times a day for the first like 3 months. Then after that, you should be fine. Don't wash them in the shower. Make sure you don't get like water on your ears when you're in the shower. You don't want to like submerge your ears or anything. I'm like, okay, that seems to make like decent sense. Like, that's how it works when you heal a tattoo, right? Like, you're not supposed to take a bath. You're not supposed to swim. Like, that makes sense to me. I find out. I bet I know where you went. It's crazy how many bad places are around here. Scratches my head. Scratches my head, looks away. Scratches my head, looks away. I ended up leaving them a 1-star Google review because I also had gotten a tattoo there a year before. This is the first time I've ever left a 1-star review anywhere. I need you guys to know. I got a tattoo from there. I got my Five Nights at Freddy's tattoo from there, about a year and a half ago. And after the tattoo, I'm bleeding a lot. And I say to this guy, I go, is it normal that I'm bleeding this much? And he goes, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, you probably just have, like a health problem or something. I don't know. Go home. And, like, he sends me home like he doesn't care. He put that tattoo needle so far into my skin that my tattoo has insane blowout. Like, I'm talking ink blown out 2 inches from the tattoo. Like, that's how far the ink's blown out. And it scarred so bad in one spot because it was like an open festering wound that there's like no ink in like a 2 centimeter spot in the middle of my tattoo. Because it scarred so bad that all of the skin with ink in it is just gone off my body now. And it only healed like 6 months ago. It took like a year to heal and not be like festering, nasty, scarred skin. So I was a little bit silly for going back to this place, but I figured, oh, it's just the one artist. I'll go get my ears pierced there. I'm sure it'll be fine, I say. 6 months later, I have the nastiest looking ears in the world. And I am like at my wit's end. I'm about to take my piercings out. This is last Friday. I'm about to take my piercings out. Because I feel like I'm going crazy. Because I'm doing everything he told me to do. I clean my ears twice a day. I never get them wet. I'm doing all these things. Like, he told me, like, clean your ears with a Q-tip and saline twice a day. Never get them wet in the shower. I'm feeling crazy. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm watching TikTok on my phone. And a video pops up on my TikTok, and it is a guy. It is a guy who is a piercer, and it's like a video that somebody filmed of their friend as they were getting pierced, as their piercer, who just pierced them, is talking about piercing aftercare. And this guy, you know he's a good piercer, because he has about 10 facial piercings, and then he has like those under the skin modifications on his forehead, where he has like I think they were like star shapes on the middle of his forehead, like embedded under his skin. So this guy's into like heavy body mods, like, you know, he knows what he's talking about. And he starts talking about how to heal your piercing. And he's like, yeah, you know, you should clean it twice a day. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've heard that. He's like, a couple months in, if it's still not healing, you should do saline soaks. And also, you should be showering every day or every other day and making sure you get your ears wet. Don't touch them. Just make sure that the water is running on them and you're getting them wet, because it's the best way to clean your ears. And I'm like, huh? What did he say? I was told I wasn't supposed to do that. And so I start Googling. I start tippy-tapping on my keyboard. I start Googling. That is what you're supposed to do with your piercings. You're supposed to, like, shower like normal and let like the water of the shower like wash your piercings, because it's the easiest way to clean your piercings without like putting your finger or a Q-tip in there and like jolting around your fresh piercings. Or even your not so fresh piercings if you're 6 months into this like me. And so I decide I'm gonna try a week of taking this guy's advice. This is last Friday. This is very, very recent. I'm gonna try a week of taking this guy's advice. So I start doing saline soaks on my ears instead of cleaning them with a Q-tip. And I start making sure that my ears are getting essentially soaked in the shower. I'm not trying to get them any wetter than I usually would in like a normal shower, but I'm not doing what I was before, which was like taking my shower head, like I have one of those handheld shower heads, and taking it off of the shower and like washing my hair in such a way that it doesn't touch my ears. Like I'm just washing my hair like normal. And oh my fucking god, you guys. 1 week in, my ears have gone from swollen, raw, red, bleeding, like crusty, nasty ears to like what feels like they should be 6-month healed piercings. Like they're nowhere near the point where I'm going to like take the piercings out yet. Like I still think they have a lot more healing to do, but they're not infected anymore. And I start talking to people about this. I start talking to our beautiful moderator who just posted in chat, Merciless Gecko, Kimber. I start talking to Kimber about this, and she's like, he told you what? He told you you're not supposed to get your ears wet? And Kimber has like 14 billion piercings on her ears. Like, if anybody knows this, it's Kimber. And I start talking to other people who have piercings. I start talking to my friends, and they're all like, what the fuck did he tell you? They're like, why did he tell you that? He should not have been telling you that. Like, that's a normal thing to do to like heal your piercings. Is like the shower is like an important part of piercing healing. And so this guy just like essentially encouraged me to just make like a bacteria farm on my ears. And so my ears were like getting infected because like half of the ear cleaning I was supposed to do, I just wasn't doing because he told me not to do it. Like, what? Why? Why me? Why am I always at the scene of the crime? Like, I'm always suffering. Like, there's probably more people with this problem after going, this guy is crazy. The problem is the piercer who was there before was worse. He's the better piercer out of the 2 piercers that have been there in the last couple of years. And I have no qualms against this guy as a person. He was very nice. He comforted me when I was anxious. Like, he, you know, marked up my ears, made me look at them, made me make sure I liked them. When I didn't like the placement, he fixed it. Like, he was a very nice guy. He just completely told me the wrong aftercare. And when you're, like, a piercer, that's something you can't be doing. You're performing what is essentially like a medical service on someone. And, like, you need to be making sure you're giving people the correct information so they can properly heal the open wound you just put in their body. I was a canvas for an apprentice and was their first ever cartilage piercing, and even they had better information for afterwards. Probably read an aftercare book made by AI, lol. God. You guys, why am I always at the scene of the crime? Why is it always me? It all comes back to AI. We're all full circle, baby. It's full circle. It all comes back to AI.
Hello. Hi.
God. It made me feel crazy, you guys. I needed to share that because it genuinely made me feel crazy. All 3 of the back detail panels. Do I have those labeled on here? Underarm strap, body front strap, no. Oh, these are the back details. I just got a notification on my phone from Etsy and I got so scared. I was like, oh no, they heard me and they've banned me. I'm fine. I'm fine. They did not ban me. Where's the back panel? Oh, it's you. And it all comes back to AI. Bardcore me music. I'm telling you, this Bardcore playlist rules. You 90? Now you are. Oh, now. Are you grouped? No. There we go. That's a little bit of a better diagram. Oh god, my beautiful partner, he just shared me a tweet with the caption, "Girl?" I'm scared to know what he sent me. I fear the things that my beautiful Peter sends me. Oh, we're back to WAP. We've already made it through the playlist? It's only been an hour. How long is this Bardcore playlist? An hour? Aww. Sad. I guess we'll switch to the stream safe music playlist if we have to. Oh, never mind. Sabrina Carpenter. Yay! It's only been an hour. How long is this? An hour? What do you mean I've only made a playlist? It's an hour. Don't I know that I stream for 2, maybe 3 hours at a time? I'll have to expand the Bardcore playlist some more. Okay. Another page down. Body assembly. Get out of here. Body assembly. C-O-N. Hey, when it does this. Stop that. Stop that. Stop. Oh, I could fit this all on the one page, I think. Yeah, it's only 3 more steps. But yeah, I seem to always be at the scene of the crime when bad things happen. Specifically to me. I just think I seem to be getting incorrect information about how to care for my body from the medical providers that are supposed to tell me how to care for my body. Because I was putting my contacts in inside out. I was cleaning my ears wrong. And both of these caused me health issues. So what I'm saying is take these people's medical licenses away. Piercers don't have medical licenses. Take their piercing license away. Make them go back and open the schools. Open the schools. What I'm saying is jail. Jail time. Jail time for what you've done to me. Horizontal, vertical. Yay, Jinx. Horizontal, vertical. Don't get me started on the medical system. I'm at the point where I want to do a whole story time about what I've been through the past 6 months. God. Everybody I know who's had to get like a surgery here in Canada has had like a nightmare about having to get their surgery. With like, I know a couple people who like literally were like in their hospital gowns laying on the hospital bed, like about to get like anesthesia to get wheeled into the operating room, and the doctor walks into the room and goes, "We can't do your surgeries today." Like, but what do you mean? I'm already booked in. That was that happened to you? No. Oh my god. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. It's happened to like 2 people I know. It's crazy. And And you can't even complain that much because we literally have free healthcare. So it's like it could always be worse, but it's not great sometimes either. Like, for example, I need to go to the doctor. Like, I booked myself an appointment with my doctor. I can't see my doctor for 2 months. And the health problem that I'm going to see my doctor about is something like affects me like monthly. So I have to go through 2 more months of this like terrible health problem. And I can't even go to my doctor until then. I was so pissed off and I was already high on anxiety meds and pre-op meds. No. Oh my god, and you probably have to do that thing that they make you do before operations where you like can't eat for a certain amount of hours. You're probably hungry too. Nightmare. Nightmare. I wouldn't go to see my crying. Guys, this smoothie is so good. It's completely melted by now, but by god is it so good. I've been fasting for like 26 hours at that point. Oh my god. I would have lost it. I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my marbles. I'm doing it to the hospital. In Minecraft. It's not a real threat. I'm doing that. Jokingly. This is a joke. I think I can open up the... Let me check something.
Blowing up the building in Minecraft.
Why is the Shelly in text-to-speech wrong? Wait, I need to fix that. Why does she sound like that? That is not my girl. That is not my Jillian. Text-to-speech Jillian. What text-to-speech are you using, girl? Oh, Control T. Thank you. That's not my baby. That's not my girl. Girl.
Test message.
Where did she go?
Test message.
It says she has the right setting. That is not Jeline. That's jail. Is my like connection with TTS Monster gone or something? I have to check this. I have to check this. This is so scary. That is not my girl. Jail. That is not my girl. Let me test this again. I just completely reset her. If this doesn't work, I'll cry. Why does she sound like that?
Test message.
That is not Jeline. What have they done with her? Did they get rid of her witch voice? Oh, AI voice. Witch! What have they done with her? Witch. That's horrifying. Why did they do that to her? I'm gonna try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, I'm giving up.
Test message.
That is not my beautiful girl. Alright, I gotta go to sleep, but it was such a nice stream to put in the background while I draw. Thank you. Oh my god, have a good sleep. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. It's good to see you. Yeah, Jillian hates me. Why is she evil? Why is she evil? Jillian's evil world. She's supposed to be kind of scary. What happened to her kind of scary?
いつも嵐の後の私の虹でいてくれて
Zu Risiken und
Mais vale pássaro na mão do que
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
I like to look at paintings while eating garlic, ice cream.
I'm so scared of her.
Test message.
Why would they do this? Why would they do this to my beautiful girl? She's been killed. I just realized the music's playing at double audio for some reason. Sorry, those were like the test messages for TTS Monster over here. I didn't realize you could hear them. That's so funny. I also didn't realize that means the music's been super loud. My bad, everybody. My bad, everybody. Put me in jail. One more test and then I'm giving up.
Test message.
That's not my girl! They've nerfed her. This is heartbreaking. It says there's no problem with her. I'm so confused. Anyways.
I have been replaced with AI. Send help.
Jeline! They've nerfed your beautiful voice. Jeline, they've killed you. Jinx. Shark Hood. Yay! Look who's joined the recently updated collection. Yippee! Jinx. Who was I going to update next? Since Jillian hates me. Oh, the gusseted gloves. That's what it was. Fix my spreadsheet. Let me open up the gusseted gloves. Give me 2 seconds. I swear. I swear you'll be able to see the screen again someday. Sewing. Pattern blocks. Glove. Gusset gloves. Oh, yeah, there are 3 versions of the gloves. Okay, we're so back. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can really tell I made these forever ago. That's ugly. That's ugly. Who would do that? New. Name is patterns. I'm just gonna copy all of these. Oh, I didn't mean to open the pattern book. Oh, the pattern book's ugly too. Ew! Removing all the letters from these. Apply. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're so ugly. You're so ugly. I don't want to look at you. You're so ugly, I say. These are fine. These are fine. I am just dramatic. And if things don't look a certain way, I throw a tantrum. But there I was, in my heels with my hair straight. Jillian. Jillian, how do you feel about being replaced by AI? Hole mole. Indeed, girl. They have replaced your joy and whimsy with AI. Everything on here should be 2. Now, excuse me. I take my patterns. First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're way too wide. You need to be 2. Thank you. Do you go like... No. These are kind of weird, with their tiny seam allowance. You too long for this? Yes, you are. Okay. That's why you're not like that. This thumb... No, that thumb has to go over there. Not over dramatic. I know what I want. Not over dramatic, I say, as I'm like borderline yelling at my patterns. I'm yelling at Jolene. Oh wait, no, this is ugly text. This is not what my current text looks like. Wait, let me take the time and actually fully redo these. Let me fully redo these to make them look good. Gusseted glove standard. Glove cuff cut 1, cut 2. If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make them cuter. I forgot I had to update the text as well. Gusseted glove standard, glove cuff cut 2. Okay. Now, into these. Gusset glove standard. Gusset 3. Cut 2. Oh, wait, you're too big. Wait, no, you're fine. And then scale you. And then scale you again. There we go. That looks better. These seem way bigger than 2, though. I guess they are 2. They just seem so wide. Oh, wait, those got stretched. Never mind. Wait. Yes, you did get stretched. I'm not crazy. Why is this going bad? Are we sure this is 2? It's not 2. You lied to me. You lied to me this whole time. Can we... Why do you not want to be 2? 2. Yes, and I want to select all of these, and I just want to make you 2. Thank you. I'm like, you seem so fat. You seem way bigger than you're supposed to be. It's because it is. No. Please. Can I do select? Wait. Select same stroke weight, and then I want to make you all 2. There we go. That's better. I'm like, everything looks like way too fat. It's because they were. It's the process of updating patterns. Sometimes things just are wrong. And they want to convince you they're right, but no. Stand your ground. If you see something, say something. Something seems wrong. Probably is. That's one. Okay. Then I can copy these, because I think they're all the same except for long glove, which is different. Yes. I'm not going to be over Jolene. What did they do to her? Why does she work on the website and then nowhere else? But does it happen? Glove. Thumb. 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 Hit it like rom pom pom. Get a hot like Papa John. Glove. Oh. Can I take this? Can I go into it? Can I select that? Object. Path. What's a path? 5/8" -625. Okay, there we go. Wait, that's way too much. No. Object. Path. Offset path. -2. Is that? Yes. Then I want this color. Or what color is this? Please? Okay, it's darker. There we go. Okay. Now we've got something. Things seem scary there for a second. Can I, like... Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I got so confused by fixing this pattern. I just lost everything. I lost my entire train of thought. There we go. That's the winner. That is the winner. It's a crisp 6 pages. Same as it was before. The thing they don't tell you about making sewing patterns for a living is sometimes you have to play Tetris. Sometimes you have to play Tetris and just like completely lose your mind a little bit as you do. It's so funny the relief I feel now that my ears like aren't swollen and dying anymore because there's not a random, you know, piercer trying to advocate for my downfall. For the first time in my life, for the first time in 6 months, I can finally wear my over-the-ear headphones without feeling like I'm getting like set on fire. Because my ears would hurt so bad wearing the old... Oh my god. Losing my train of thought. My ears would hurt so bad wearing my over-the-ear headphones, which I wear every time I stream and every time I'm on my computer, because they were pressing directly against like infected piercings. Gusseted glove, flare, glove, cuff. Yeah. Gusseted glove, flare. I need to write something down actually. Jinx hood update. Adding that to done. Gusseted glove. Flared cuff instruction change. Looking at this pattern, I immediately know I need to change the instructions for this flared cuff. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget to do that later. Glove cuff, cut 4. Flare. I love having a gusseted glove pattern that I have used once and fully intend on never using again because I hate making gusseted gloves. Like, no shade to this pattern. This is one of my patterns that I really like. I just hate making gusseted gloves. There we go. I just think making gusseted gloves is like a special kind of hell. Long glove, short flared glove. There we go. Because gusset gloves are so tricky because you have to sew in the little gussets in between the fingers. It's nothing I can't do. I can do it. I just don't like to. I just don't wanna. Respectfully, I don't want to do that. But to be fair, sewing gloves is like a special kind of nightmare that should only be reserved for the bravest of us souls. And unfortunately, I'm not one of those brave souls. I'm a professional. This is my job. And part of being a professional is knowing when you don't want to do something and not doing it. There's certain things I won't do on my cosplays because I don't want to do them. And one of them is I don't really do much armor anymore because I get so stressed out about it that I just will like abandon a costume mid-costume if it has too much armor in it and I don't want to do it anymore. I'll just abandon the costume. But if a costume is, say, 90% sewing, it's getting done. If it's 90% armor, it's not getting done. Everything to get skinny. Getting rid of those. Getting rid of those. Getting rid of that. Getting in here, getting rid of that. Going in here, getting you, and you. Actually, yeah. I do not want the grain line that way. I don't know why I made it that way. My brain was thinking of other things. Okay, copy. There we go. Gusseted glove. Long. Then you. There we go. Okay. I get you. And I paste you. There we go. Okay. Now all of this gets picked up and dragged. And dragged. I made a video that I posted on Instagram today, and I keep getting notifications for it, which either means that people like the video or that it's causing some sort of controversy. And I'm kind of scared to figure out which one. So if it's causing some sort of controversy, girl, get me out of here. I don't want to be here. I'm sick of posts that cause controversy. I want to cause peace and joy and whimsy. Okay, it seems this is the best we can get. Seems this is what we're getting for the gloves right now. They're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to be 10 pages. That's just life. I tried to make them smaller, but the gloves are a certain size. They have to take up a certain amount of pages. I'll never forget, one of the reasons I went back in 2022 and I re-edited all of my patterns was because somebody left a review and they were like, so much wasted paper. And I went back and I looked at how I was like formatting my patterns for print, and I was like, yeah, they're right. It does waste an abhorrent amount of paper. And so I changed it. I was like, you know what? They are making points. I didn't mind printing out that many pieces of paper, but somebody else, yeah, they would hate that. So now I try and do like the tiniest Tetris in the world, and you. You are getting cut off. Jaw drop. I didn't even think about that. You do get cut off like that. Then where can I put the thumb? Does the thumb have to take up its whole own piece of paper? That feels like such a waste. The thumb's not... Never mind. We're good. This is why you always check your patterns before you put them to print, people. This is why you always double check your work. You never know. You might be cutting off someone's pinky, and you didn't even know. Okay. Yes. That's better. I got new glasses today. And by I got new glasses today, I mean I got new glasses 10 minutes before stream started. And let me tell you, I didn't think that my prescription had gotten that bad. I broke my glasses at C2E2 and I'd been wearing like my backup glasses, but they had like the same prescription and everything. And I was like, oh, I don't really think I need new glasses. Like my vision's fine. Like everything, like I can see detail just fine. Like I don't see an issue here. And then I got my mom, I text my mom about this and I'm like, I need to buy new glasses, but I don't want to because they're expensive. Because I just text my mom to whine about things, and my mom texts me to whine about things. This is our relationship. And my mother, being like a grown adult with a certain amount of wisdom attached to her, is like, you should go to the eye doctor. And I'm like, no. And she's like, no, like you genuinely should really go to the eye doctor. Like you haven't been to the eye doctor since before the pandemic. Like your eyes have your eyes have to have gotten worse. Like the pandemic was half a decade ago, Peyton. And I'm like, okay. Fair point, I suppose. I suppose you make a fair point. So I go to the eye doctor. Turns out my eyes have gotten worse. They've gotten a lot worse. But this eye doctor, this woman has a very thick accent, and she's very animated when she speaks, and she's very loud. So it already makes for a great experience. But she keeps insisting to me that the reason my eyes have gotten worse is because I'm always on that damn phone. She literally says to me, she goes, well, do you use TikTok? No, wait, she doesn't even ask me. She goes, you use TikTok. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, do you hold your phone in your right hand? And I'm like, no, I hold it in my left hand. She goes, wrong. No, you do not. You hold your phone in your right hand and you watch your TikToks on the right side. And because you watch so many TikToks, your right eye is worse than your left eye. And I'm like, well, I work at a computer all day. And my primary monitor is like my right monitor. Do you think it could be that? And she's like, no, it is because you are on TikTok. And she wouldn't take any other answer. She like insisted it had to be because I was always on that damn phone. There was no other option. It's not because like I was working on a computer all day. And that would, do a certain amount of damage to one's eyes working at a computer all day. She's like, no, it is because you are on that damn phone. I'm going to rename these files. Sure. Once I check that they're fine, actually. 8 pages. Are you supposed to be 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. You. 6 pages. 6 pages. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 pages. Sorry, that's so funny. Always on that damn TikTok. She wouldn't take any other answer. And she like insisted that the reason my eyes were so bad was because I was on TikTok all the time. And I'm like, girl, I don't spend that much time on TikTok. I hate to tell you this. I have a job. I'm 24. I'm like working all day. And she's like, no, it's because you're on that damn phone. You kids always on your damn phones. I'm like, girl, it's fine. Short glove, standard cuff. Short glove, flared cuff. And the A4 and the letter version of these gloves are getting deleted. Okay. I'm going to turn my screen off for a brief moment to swap over to Canva. To the Canvas. This is one of my like older patterns. I'm scared to look at this pattern book. Oh, it looks like the Jinx one, to be frank. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. It looks like this. It looks like the Jinx pattern book. It's just pink for some reason, which is not a color I use in my branding these days, which is even funnier. Short, flared, and long gusseted gloves. I can make this bigger. Not too much bigger. There we go. Ew, you're so ugly. Yeah. I think I hate that this is pink. Like, why was I making this pink? There was no reason. 0.5 yards. Of your yards of fabric. It's so funny. There's like, unfortunately, like no fabric estimates for this. Why are you like that? Optional. 0.25 yards of EVA foam. 0.25 yards of EVA foam. Brackets. Optional. Follow their suede, broadcloth, and other non-stretch fabrics. Come on, 1, 2, 3. No! There we go. There we go. I'm like, I don't need a size chart in this. There is no... There is no size chart for a one-size glove pattern. I hate how that's written. This pattern contains very small seam allowances and very precise seams with little to no tolerance error. To do this, if possible, I would recommend hand basting each stitch before moving to machine sewing for the best results. There we go. Each glove is separated into its own pattern, but all glove instructions are contained within this pattern book. Please follow glove base assembly section 4. Regardless of glove type, and follow the corresponding sections. Instructions for sired cuff, flared, standard, or long. Doesn't need to be capitalized. This is the most in-depth look at my work progress yet, as you just sit here and watch me, like, figure out how to rewrite things to make them sound better. That is Miku. I don't know why Miku's open right now. Where's my basting stitch terms? Where are my basting stitches, boy? Hand me my basting stitches, boy. I have an entire little document that includes all of my pre-written terms to know sections to make it like as easy for myself as possible. Basting stitch. I do not think stitch in the ditch is required for this. I might need a whip stitch, but I will figure that out later. Not now, Kitten Whiskers. Daddy will figure it out later. Oh my god, I missed messages on YouTube. I'm so sorry, Potato Head, if you're still here. Hey, I'm new to cosplay. Congratulations! Welcome to cosplay. I'm so sorry I missed your messages. My little YouTube chat box went away and I didn't realize it had gone away. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Here, it's now pinned on the top of my screen, so I shouldn't lose it again. My YouTube friends, I'm so sorry about that. I wish I could figure out how to have you also show up on my stream chat here on screen, but unfortunately, technology hates me. Wow, this pattern's ugly. Sorry. I shouldn't be mean to it. This pattern is nice. This pattern is nice. I just know I can do better. Delete. Delete. Paste. What did I call it? Glove base assembly. Glove base assembly. Begin by folding your thumb pattern in half along the red dotted line with right sides facing. Unless otherwise stated, all seams in glove base assembly should be hand baked first and then sewn by machine after for the cleanest fit, for the cleanest result. Note. Please note. Actually, this would be more of a tip. Tip. For easy removal of basting stitches later, consider using a, oh my god, contrasting thread to your final thread color. To make them easier to spot when seam ripping later. Spot when seam ripping. One, two. Sew along black lines. Sew along inner black sewing lines along the sides of your thumb pieces for turning right sides out. So next step, yes. Turning right sides out. All instructions should be repeated, mirrored, or opposite glove. I don't think I need to say that, actually. I think people know that. I think people know they need to mirror things for the opposite hand. If you don't know that, you shouldn't be sewing gusseted gloves because they're very complicated. Before turning right sides out. There we go. Oh, crap. Pin or clip your thumb with right sides facing into the thumb hole of the glove's hand. Baste, stitch, and then machine sew thumb in place. Does that have a notch? No, it doesn't. That's terrible instruction. I really need to fix this booklet far more than I thought I did. Hello? There we go. Zan was lagging for no reason. Yeah, wow, this pattern is rough. What are these photos? I didn't realize I had photos in this. I have not worked on this pattern in a long time. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Actually. I was on a damn phone. Moving onto your fingers, this is where it'll really get tricky. The gussets are very small pattern pieces with even smaller seam allowances. Be sure to take your time. And use the notches as your guide for proper placement. Hi, how's your day going? It's going good, Gaming Panda. How are you? I'm actually far calmer than I was when I started stream. When I started stream, I was going on a billion rants about a billion things. But we've kind of chillaxed out now. And we're getting some good work going on fixing some of our it's just me, fixing some of my older patterns in my older pattern books to make the instructions better, make the patterns better. Just make things better in general for construction. Make things far easier to understand. It's a lot of, I didn't think this would take as much rewriting of this pattern as it has been. It's taken quite a bit of rewriting to get everything sort of better, especially with this gusseted glove pattern, because it definitely needed some improvements. But I think when it'll be done, I'll be very, very happy with the finished pattern. And it'll continue helping to serve people. Not that the pattern as it is right now is bad, I just know I can do better, essentially. Get the first gusset. First gusset, pin, and then baste in place. I closed Illustrator when I really kind of needed that. Let me look at this. U to U, U to U, line to line. So that is like pointer to middle finger. Okay. First gusset, which covers the space between the pointer and middle finger, pin or clip, and then baste and sew in place. Match the line notches of the gusset to the corresponding line notches of your finger of your base. Yeah, this is so much rewriting that I'm like, I don't know if I can do this on stream because I kind of have to sit here and lock in. Oops. Oops, this was a larger task than I thought it would be. My bad. Oopsies, my bad. I've made a mistake. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I've made a grave mistake. Oopsies. Let me... Guys, I think I messed up. Guys, I think I messed up. I don't know if I can work on this on stream. I thought I could work on it on stream. But this requires so much rewriting that I'm like, I kind of have to lock in on this and rewrite it. And I feel kind of bad if I'm just sitting here very silently rewriting a pattern. That doesn't make for a very entertaining stream, I fear. People didn't sign up for a co-working stream. Unless people want a co-working stream. In which case, I will continue to sit here and quietly write. But I feel bad if I'm not doing much talking and I'm mostly just sitting here and very quietly typing. So I think this might be the end. This might be the end for us. It might be so over, but we will be so back. Rest assured, we will be so back. I literally thought it was going to be a lot of like formatting work and not a lot of rewriting work, but looking at this pattern, there's essentially the entire thing needs to be rewritten to be more easily understandable for the people. Whereas when I was working on Jinx, or like, for example, something like Miku, I wrote this very, very recently, so I didn't have to do any of the rewriting, really. but this pattern is from, I believe, 2022 or early 2023. So it's pretty old in consideration for how long I've been making patterns, because my earliest patterns were only 2021. So this pattern's like 2 or 3 years old and definitely could benefit from some redo. So I think this will be a break spot for us. A good breaking spot, though. I am very happy with the work that we got done today, and we did a lot of yapping, we did a lot of chatting. A little bit of a shorter stream than I usually would, but hey, sometimes that happens. Jillian, can we get one less vocal stem, please, girl?
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Thank you so much. And one less daily haunting? Blue Thang! I love you, Blue Thang. Very, very last good. Very last good redeems. Very last good, nice, happy joy, whimsy. Wait, I always forget to do this.
What is that?
I don't know.
Alex, grab it. Grab it.
I'm not gonna grab that. You grab it.
Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. But thank you guys all for coming today and for chatting with me and for hanging out. It was a very, very fun stream. I will be back on Monday. I might be wig styling. I might be patterning. I might be doing something else. Who knows? We'll find out. See you guys later.